I normally like to send out videos after exams. Hold on here. Um, I don't always do it, but I try to, just to kind of give you a recap of, what I saw that was good, what I saw that may need improving, some hints, advice, whatever I say. Who knows? But I just want to go over the first exam now that everybody's taken it. Those of y'all that are working ahead, this may not be very helpful for you because several of y'all are way ahead, and which is great. Good for you, because now you've given yourself more time to work on the material that's probably going to be a little unfamiliar to you. Now, it may not be unfamiliar if you're already in certain classes in your program, like the circuits classes. You've probably seen some of this. If you have yet to take a circuits class, or you're not in the program, some of this stuff can be a little intimidating. The key is to give yourself plenty of time to practice the concepts, to watch the videos, watch them again if you need to, redo what you miss on your homework, and if you really get stuck on stuff, to ask questions. As far as the test goes, what I saw overall, I think we did pretty well, but some of y'all, had some trouble. Oftentimes it is with the unit conversions. The deal about that is that's something that is used a lot in your program. Now, it may not be the conversion so much, but it's understanding how to work with kilowatts and microamps and milliamps and, those measurements, to understand that if I have to do a calculation with, 5 kilo ohms, that's like 5,000 ohms. So I have to convert the 5K to 5,000. If I have 100 milliamps, well, if I'm calculating, I have to understand to move the decimal 3 to the left, things like that. So that's the unit conversions that, you have to understand how to work with. So if you did struggle with the unit conversions on the test, maybe try to get some help with that. My office is always available, but some of y'all work, and that's why you take online classes. But there is online tutoring available. There's Brain Fuse. It's in the class. Or you may be able to go after work to your local campus to get some tutoring. But that's one thing I suggest. Other things is not everybody took the practice exam. And then if you did poorly and you didn't take the practice exam, well, next time you should do that. I mean, it's pretty much, the same type of questions as for the test. So at least you'll kind of get a feel for what the test questions are going to be like. So if you're a last minute person, a procrastinator, I warned you. I told you, don't do this. Don't wait for the last week to try to do all your work. I mean, it's just not going to be good. And it's going to get worse if you try to do it in this next stuff. Because this stuff we're coming up, you've probably never seen before. At least on the first exam, you've probably had some experience with solving equations, factoring a little bit here and there. But odds are you haven't done trigonometry before. You haven't worked with circuits before. So I'm not trying to scare you or anything. I'm just trying to give you a reality check that if you are procrastinating, you need to stop. Okay, you need to discipline yourself to do something every week. Okay, I mean, it's really easy to do. It's human nature. I get it, but stop doing it. Now, if you're making A's, well, then whatever you're doing is working. But it still can change with these next two tests because, you're covering stuff you've never seen before. So, try to get, your structure better, a better routine, okay, and stay on top of your work. You're going to be seeing a lot of stuff you've probably never seen before. You've got formulas. You need to understand how to use your calculator. I've got the videos. There are some videos that I do go over how to put stuff into the calculator, but there's so many different calculators out there, it's kind of hard to pinpoint each one. So you've got to figure out how to do it. And the best way to do that is to work them. And then if you get them wrong, try to figure out what went wrong. So anyway, a lot of stuff coming up. Exam 2, it's still, several weeks off, but, you should be working on the homework already. Okay. Just, you need to. And then if you got questions, just send me an email and I'll do what I can. I mean, oftentimes I can't email a response, but what I'll do is I may work a question out by hand and then scan it and email it to you so you can see the steps. So I'm very willing to help you, but you have to ask for the help. So if you're stuck on something, just ask me. Okay. One thing I did want to point out before I forget, rounding, be careful with your rounding. I fixed all that. I know significant figures, it's really confusing. So, I take care of those items, but it will save you the trouble from missing if you make sure here in the future when you're asked to round, make sure you're rounding correctly. Okay. And if you need to, Google rounding again if you forgot how to round. So that's about it. But again, I think most of us did well. Very excited for you. Very pleased overall. But I always hate to see when people fail. And oftentimes the reason why people fail is because they haven't been, really and truly doing their work, on a good, steady pace. That's oftentimes cramming it in. So, okay. And it's not taking advantage of maybe all the review, the help, asking me questions, whatever it is. So, you've got to fix that yourself. So just keep in mind, again, if you got questions, please email me. And good luck on the next stuff. Trigonometry, it can be difficult, but again, if you've got good solving skills, that won't be too bad. A lot of this comes back to your algebra solving skills. That's really where most of the trouble seems to arise. So just learn out how to do, your trig ratios, your Pythagorean theorem, and the other stuff coming in front of you. So again, please let me know. All right, so good luck, and we'll be talking to you soon.